Today on the channel, we got something absolutely ridiculous from our friends at McFarlane Toys. It's the Batman Returns Penguin and Duck.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Batman Returns unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the Penguin with the Duck, GameStop exclusive. But for all your Duck Penguin needs, better hit up GameStop. And for everything else under the sun, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there, and I am anxiously awaiting as the Batman Returns wave is coming to Jay's any day now. I will be swooping in there, save myself 15%. Got to get a deal. You know how that goes, and you know how we're going to do this review and how all that goes. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And the Duck Boat, what can you say about this? Very iconic from the movie Batman Returns Once Upon a Time. And you'll probably hear me say this in a lot of these Batman Return videos. Batman Returns, probably my favorite Batman movie. I liked it more than Batman 89. I liked the craziness of it. I love Danny DeVito. Catwoman element was really good. It was just a little bit larger than life than the first one. And I could see some liking the first one, a little bit more serious, maybe not as zany. I understand that too, but I like this. It was a moment in time. I was a little kid. I think I was at the right age for this one here. I remember the Super Nintendo game. There was a lot to like about it, and a lot to like with McFarlane Toys from the couch here with this line. Could be one of the lines of the year. Very, very fun set by all intents and purposes, by the looks of stuff. Can't wait to dive into all of them on the channel. But this one, being a GameStop exclusive, around $100. I was lucky I had my $5 monthly reward. I had some reward points, so I got it down a little bit, but really at the end of the day, very expensive. But a one-and-done vehicle, you'd have to think, are we going to get repaints of this? Not exactly sure, but a very cool one. A shelf killer, but so crazy it's awesome. I love stuff like this. Happy to get this in the collection. Let's dive into it. Let's see what's going on with this one. Pretty good weight on this as well. Very, very heavy. You got the old Duck Boat looking just crazy. You got the Penguin in there, which is really cool. Now, we do got Penguin Commandos that you can put around this. That is another unboxing we'll do on the channel. That's a McFarlane store exclusive. But with that does come with a jacket you can use for this Penguin if that is your thing as well. We'll try to do that for the glamour shots of this one. Batman Returns logo down bottom, DC Multiverse, usual packaging style, big window box on this one. What do we got here? 12 and up, you 11-year-olds, you can't handle this. Can't even put it in your bathtub with you. Unfortunately, not going to work out that way. We do get a card. You get the stand in there for the Penguin, looking good. The Duck with Penguin on the side, Batman Returns logo, DC Multiverse. Same thing over here. And then on the back of the package, there it is, a little bit of what we're getting inside here. Very cool, very colorful, very awesome. Love this idea. Love that they're giving us this. Very fun, very fun. And we're going to get it out of the package. Oh my goodness, a lot going on here. Oh, wow. Is this what I think it is? Let's see here. I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to whip it out. There we go. Packaging. See you later. Goodbye. But how cool is this? A very nice background, a little bit harder cardboard, not quite extreme sets level, but a nice little background you could use for figure photography, obviously for the duck in the background. Pretty cool to get something like this. So be careful, don't throw it around. You flip it around, that's the normal packaging, backing packaging. This giving you a little extra detail, kind of like that Joker in his interrogation room. We saw stuff like that before. So I will save this, a nice gentle off to the side. See you later on that one. Now we do get the Duck. Oh, unfortunately here, you got the DC McFarlane stand. Seen it before. We'll see it again. You get the Batman Returns card for the Duck. No readout, no nothing on that one. Just a straight up card. So is what it is, I guess, if you're a card guy or gal out there. But then we do get the Duck itself. And he's locked up with twist ties. Wouldn't have it any other way from Todd from the couch. I actually got Todd locked up in twist ties. That's why I save all these twist ties. I reformulate them and I lock Todd down from the couch right now. So his toes, you ain't wiggling right now. But I'm going to take this offline, get the Duck and Penguin out of the package. All right, let's dive into Batman Returns Penguin and the Duck. And I guess we'll go Duck first, Duck, duck, goose is what we're going to do. But we do get the duck here, and it's on wheels, and it's a roller. How about that? We're rolling around. Very cool, very heavy. I got to say, this is plastic, but it almost feels like wood. It really reminds me of when I was a kid going to my grandparents, and they would have, things around decorations, and they had like this duck, and it was on like wooden wheels. It has that same almost feel to it, which is crazy. This is very thick plastic, very good quality plastic, where I was anticipating to be a little bit thinner. They could have really thinned out the walls, thinned out across the duck, across the duck on this if they wanted to, but this is a very well-made duck. So it is what it is, obviously. It is a duck from the movie. Not sure what other uses you could have for this. I guess you could put this up, in your garden or something. You could put some planters in it if you really wanted to. But I got to say, as far as this being in Batman Returns, this is what comes into my mind. Very crazy, very stylized, but very awesome. I like this. I like that the wheels are real. You get the pink wheels on here with the different effects. You got the hypnotize effect. You got a little star action. You get another little swirl on that side. Rinse and repeat to the other wheels. 6 wheels in total. Nice base on it. Nice heaviness to it once again. You do get the steering wheel up here. You do got the shifter in there. Those don't move or anything, but that's as far as you get in the cockpit. You do got rows in the back, so you can seat some people in the back, and I like that you can slide their feet kind of underneath, so it will fit 7-inch figures, as it says on the back of the package. Nice yellow color throughout, a little dark wash on it to give it a little extra pizzazz. You got the big bill on the front here looking good. I like that there's some weathering in the eyes. Make it look like this is dingy and down in the sewers or something. It looks like it's been used. Now, you do get the speakers in the front. This doesn't play anything of any kind, but it does kind of look like a childhood speaker toy. Like you would pull this behind and it would play a song or something is what it reminds me of. But very, very nice. Not a lot to do with this. I don't know what else you could do with this. Not like it's going to have articulation and stuff, but it does look really, really good. I am happy I picked this one up, but $100 with the figure. But you think the figure in this day and age, you're around $30 right there. Another $70 for the duck and the packaging and the board and the stand. Don't forget that stand. That's pricey, Todd. You've told me those stands are expensive. And the card. Of course, that card, it'll grade a 10 and you'll be a millionaire. We know how that goes as well. But not a bad piece of business. You got to justify it to yourself. With the cost of things, it's very tough. I feel people, I've seen people in the comments of videos saying this shouldn't be a $30 figure, it should be a $12 figure. Well, I wish it was a $12 figure. Not this one necessarily, but normal McFarlane ones. Well, unfortunately, in this day and age with price increases, and we're kind of in that weird in-between time where we can't figure stuff out, and it feels like this should be this. Heck, I just bought a brand new Jeep, and I'm thinking this is like $20,000 more than it feels like it should be. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Get off my soapbox. Get off my rubber ducky. And maybe this duck I can put in one of those Jeeps. Those people with Jeeps, they put ducks in your windshield and stuff. Get out of here with that. Nobody's ducking me. I'm not putting ducks in my windshield. If you're one of those people with a Jeep and you got ducks all up on your dash, man, get out of here. Get out of here with that. Get that out of there. Throw them in the tub with your toddler. That's where those ducks do belong. But now we're diving ourselves into Danny DeVito, one of the all-time greats. Frank Reynolds in this day and age with Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Love his portrayal of Uncle Frank, of Frank Reynolds. Love him over on Always Sunny. But Danny DeVito, one of the greatest actors of all time. What was that one movie with him with like the bear or something like that? Was it the bear? No, I don't know what it was. Like something, Jack and the Bear or something. Like his kid gets kidnapped there. That hit home because there's a lot of kidnappings in my area when I was a little kid. I always liked that movie. But I fell in love with Danny DeVito in the show Taxi back on Nick at Night when I was a little kid. Love a little Latka, Andy Kaufman. That's where I fell in love with Andy Kaufman. Found out his wrestling stuff after that. But Danny DeVito was amazing in that show, amazing in a lot of things. So quite the Renaissance man is one Danny DeVito, and played Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin. Now, we do get the DC McFarlane stand, a very pricey piece of business. We know how that goes. But we do got the Penguin. Very hard to stand. He looks like a young Humpty Dumpty. Very egg-like body style here. Oh, there you go. I say very hard to stand, and then I get it to stand. Yeah, that's the way it goes. But very cool to see this figure here. Now, we know there's another Penguin, and we will unbox that on the channel. But you know they're going to have to release more than that. They got to get more of the mold here, unless they can make Eggman from DC Comics. I'm sure there's an Eggman character from DC. But they're going to have to get this body used somewhere else. But this looks really, really good. It's got the decrepit ugliness of Penguin from Batman Returns. Got that long mullet hair in the back, the skullet going on. No hair on the top, that very whitish, pale skin, very gross. The pink highlights on the skin really bring that out, looking very good. Grungy teeth going on, big pointy penguin nose. Just definitely looks like Danny DeVito from Batman Returns. Love the looks of the head sculpt there. Got the body down here. You got a big egg body, like I said. Just wild, the proportions. How does your body get to proportions like this? I don't know how that works. A lot of hot dogs, I guess. That's probably what it is. But you got the tie there. He's got a bib here. You got to protect yourself. Got the bib. Got the big jammies. This looks like something out of like a Christmas Carol or something from back in the day. Just looking wild in the jammies department. He does got the crazy hand. He's got the like flipper hand going on here. And then you got a regular hand. I thought he had dual flipper hands. Am I dreaming that? Maybe I am dreaming that. I don't know. But he does got the penguin flipper hand over here. Nice attention to detail. The other hand just being a regular hand. So maybe he only had one of them. It's been a long time since I've seen Batman Returns. But it does look good. Down low, you got the jammies. The jammies going all the way to the bottom. Then you got some black shoes on. You got some painted in laces. And then you got the big black shoes here, like dress shoes, what he's got going on. Arms all the way around, bicep cut, double jointed, pinned elbow. Yes, pins are in with the elbow here. Hands back and forth, side to side, removable. Head back, forth, side to side. No real up and down to write home about. You do get the waist articulation. Look at that. Looking just like looking wild there with that big stomach. Legs go up barely anything. They do go out a little bit more than they go up, but with those body proportions, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? So legs up a little bit there. Single jointed knee, ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down, and you do get the McFarlane toe articulation on him. So a little bit limited in the articulation, but makes sense for this character. I can see that being the case. Yeah, he doesn't want to stand again. So I knew that was going to be troublesome to stand. This isn't going to be the easiest figure. You're just going to have to stand him just right with those wild, wild proportions right here. But looking pretty good. Looking pretty good is this penguin. Can't wait for the regular edition penguin, but a nice throw-in with the duck boat, or the duck, technically. I like that we got this. By itself, it just feels a little bit plain, so to get this feels really good. I do got those penguin commandos. He's ready to unleash his army of penguins. If you're not careful, you can get those going on. These were the McFarlane store exclusive. Check out the review coming to the channel. This will probably be tomorrow if you're watching these in order, something like that. We'll figure it out. They all go up eventually. That's why it's so important to be a Patreon member. You get early access to all the videos, all of them. Same thing, YouTube channel memberships as well. But looking good, and maybe some of these guys could fit in the back seat. They could ride shotgun back there. Yeah, maybe. How about that? That works. Little guy, old Fletcher, he's not going anywhere, though. He's not going to fit. But we'll get old Danny DeVito penguin in there. Looking good. That's probably how I'm going to display them on my shelf. With the penguins in tow, and we're rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling in our duck boat. How about that? This reminds me of one of those Jeep duck boats once upon a time, too. Bringing it back to Jeeps, they used to be able to drive them right into the water, and it would float. It was like half boat, half Jeep. Wild times back in the day with the Jeep brand, but wild times with the duck, GameStop exclusive. Very fun. I like it a whole lot. I know the price point turns a lot of people off on things like this, but this is very cool. This is something different. This is really off the wall. Obviously came from the movie, but it's cool that McFarlane did something like this. I'm happy to have it in my collection. But how about you? Did you pick this one up? You order it from GameStop? You playing that long game, waiting for a deal around the holidays? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day, and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support the channel, and you get early access to tons of different stuff. Check it out and support the channel. There you go. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. The name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available every Tuesday wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for the duck and the penguin, I'm the Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
For me.